Hello world, welcome to the 89th climate change emergency protest here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. This is number 89, as I said. It is August 21st, 2020. The 90th climate change emergency protest will be on August 28th, hopefully around 8 o'clock as well in the square in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So presently the CO2 level is 412.15. The significance of that is, in order to keep a stationary, static environment and no changes in, in the weather and things, just a regular planting season and things like that, you need an environment where the CO2 level is 200 to 280 parts per million, not 412. So we're on the road to hell here unless we get things straightened out. And right now there's no push to do it. People seem to think it's either a hoax or we have till 2050 to do it, as per the Democratic convention last night, and we don't have till 2050. I suspect that by 2023 all hell will break loose. So Americans and Europeans and people in general tend to go focus on the next big thing. They don't look forward 7 generations, definitely don't look forward even 1 generation as to how things are going and how life will be 50 years from now. And presently, if you're aware of anything, or if you're half alive or even paying attention to anything, you see that the environment is changed dramatically, and things are not as they used to be even 5 years ago. So when I was a kid, things were much different than they are now. So it's very important that people wake up and start paying attention and stop driving big diesel trucks and acting like everything's normal, and quit being babies and grow up. But here we are, and it's not going to happen. People want to hold on to what they have, and they're worried about the next big thing rather than a thing that's coming in the distant future here, or very close now. It's approaching faster and faster. So example, the next big thing would be, right now you got Pacific Islands actually disappearing due to ocean sea level rise and sinking as well. And it's not just islands, it's entire nations, such as the nation of Kiribati, or Kiribati as you want to call it. You have streams drying up in the Himalayas. You have Mount Blanc, part of the glacier is in danger of imminent collapse. Like they evacuated a town in Italy, I think it was. You have the African locust plague going on in the Middle East and Pakistan, all the way from Africa in Kenya, all the way through Saudi Arabia over to Pakistan. That's one of the things that abated, I think, but it was severe and it was eating the crops. You have Australian fires that happened last winter, which people forget about. It burned 72,000 square miles of land. 72,000. So that's huge. Plus all the animals that died and the people that died as well. You had the Japanese heat wave, new record heat wave. You had Death Valley in California that recently happened, and it was 130 degrees there, which is 54.4 degrees Celsius. You have the Amazon, which 28% is 28% larger fires than it was a year ago, which was horrendous as well. So things are spinning out of control there. You have the California fires going on right now, which has burned approximately 475 square miles of land, and they show no signs of abating just yet. You have the hurricanes in the USA and in the Atlantic. More hurricanes or tropical depressions have been named than ever before at this time. You have the Thwaites Glacier in the Antarctic, which is in danger of collapse. Right now it's probably the most dangerous glacier in the world, and it goes as deep as 5,000 feet below sea level. It's grounded into the seabed, and it goes as high as 6 stories, which is 60 feet, 80 feet above sea level. And it has enough water in there to raise the sea level as 1.5 feet, but that's not the real issue, because it is the cork in the bottle that can keep entire West Antarctica from collapsing. And as soon as it collapses, everything starts speeding up as far as collapse goes, and then you could be looking at 24 feet of, or 9 feet, of sea level rise. You have the Greenland Glacier, which has 24 feet of potential sea level rise in it, but the main part of that is the center of cold is shifting from the North Pole, which now is starting to have no ice. They just ran a ship up there, and it's totally fractured ice, very thin ice, 6 inches or less, and So the center of the cold in Greenland is shifting, and what you're going to have is that the jet stream will be even more messed up than before, and it'll be impossible to predict the weather and impossible to grow crops as far as when to plant and when not to plant. So you have the North Pole, as I said, which has little ice. It's in danger of a blue ocean event coming up, and which throws the center of the cold even more towards Greenland. Also, it enables methane clathrates to erupt off the ocean floor, and which speeds up the heating of the environment even more. So, sorry, people are talking behind me, it's distracting. So yeah, the coronavirus. So this is the next big thing as well. The coronavirus is going on right now. 22 million people have been affected so far. 787,000. Is that right? 787,000 have died worldwide, and 177,000 people in the United States have died, and 5,700,000 have contracted coronavirus in the USA. So those are the next big things. The big thing, though, that is going on and people don't recognize, and it is the absolute big thing, is climate change. Donald Trump seems to think it's a hoax, and he does not pay attention to it, and he's doing everything to thwart it, such as authorizing drilling in the Arctic, which is actually a death sentence, the severe nail in the coffin that'll end it all. And allowing these kind of people to persist and not be arrested for crimes against humanity defies all logic. Absolutely, they're going to kill us all, and there's no doubt about it. So I don't care whether you believe in climate change or not. Just look outside and you're seeing what's going on, or pay attention to what crappy news we have on TV. So it is a left. You have Joe Biden, though, on the other hand, it says we have till 2050 to come up with a plan to get zero emissions, which is insane. We're going to see severe changes here within the next 3 summers. By 2023, the next 3 years from now, 3 summers from now, we're going to see all sorts of changes going on, and it's going to be horrendous. And we're seeing them now in California with the California wildfires. So also you have the next big thing, or the big thing, I'm sorry, is the life-threatening thing. Joe Biden does say it's an existential threat, but he doesn't. I don't think they get it as far as what that actually means. Existential threat. Sorry, got trucks everywhere. Existential threat means life-threatening. It means immediate, end of life, extinction of not only just humans but all life on Earth. They put on the Democratic Convention on TV. They said we need to do something within the next 10 years. Well, you should have been doing something 30 years ago, not 10 years from now. And that doesn't mean wait for 10 years to do something. It needs to be done immediately, and it's not happening, and people don't care. Everyone's going about their business, and they're just worried about coronavirus, which is understandable. But the big thing is that we are under existential threat, meaning we're in big trouble. Plans 2050 just isn't going to work, and we need to wake up as a society. You need to work within your political spectrum and your party. If you feel that they're not doing anything, and both parties are not doing enough in the United States at least, and I don't know about Europe, but my guess is no one's doing near enough. You need to work within your party and try to get them to change and force them to change and be demanding about it. Also put pressure on from the outside. Do your protest, do postings on social media, quit posting nonsensical stuff. It's good to have a relaxation every now and then, put puppy dogs on or pizza or whatever it is, photos of it, but we need to get down to brass tacks here and quit and grow up as society goes, and quit being children. We need to get to it and quit treating this like it's not a problem, and it really is a problem. This is not a one and done where you just protest and go home and you think everything is solved, but it's not. You got tons of stuff going on right now, and if we don't get to it, we will definitely go extinct. And we have 3 years, as I said, and you're going to see big changes go on. And you don't have 3 years, as a misquote on my part, but we will be seeing the giant changes within 3 years, and we are seeing now. You had the derecho in Iowa, which is a straight line wind, and it destroyed crops out there, and no one's helping them as well. So this is the big thing that's going on. The next big thing is this thing, and we need to get on it, as I said. So I recommend, if you want to educate yourself as to what's happening, you go to Environmental Coffee House on YouTube or on Facebook. They have excellent videos. I recommend you go on the site that I have right now, and my wife has, under Jim McHenry. I recommend you look at Extinction Rebellion on YouTube, Peter Wadhams, Peter Carter, Paul Beckwith, Roger Hallam, Stuart Scott with Facing Future, Rupert Reed, Allison Green, and Gail Bradbrook with Extinction Rebellion. These people are all on Facebook, or on YouTube, I'm sorry, and you can really become a climate change expert as to what's happening by checking those out. So I'll see you next week. That'll be Climate Change Emergency Protest number 90, and I hope everyone starts doing something. We need to wake up.